Hello. Today we're doing a quick little video to show you how to install your new filter flush attachment. And it's a super simple operation. And this video will make it even more simple for you. Today on this particular video, we're doing this installation on an Everest model cooler. The first thing you're going to want to do is locate your water filter that's installed that filters the water going into your cooler. In this case, it's going to be in the front bottom compartment of the cooler. It could be anywhere on the supply line that supplies the water to your water cooler. And this installation will be the same with the exception of opening up the bottom compartment of the cooler, of course. If your filter's not in the front bottom compartment of the cooler and installed elsewhere, of course you won't need to open up the cooler. But the first thing we're going to want to do is locate the shutoff valve that will turn the water off just in case you have an emergency. Almost anything you would do to a water cooler, you would want to locate and know where your shutoff valve is just in case. And in this situation, hopefully I'm not in the way. You can see it's right here. If I need to, I'll just turn that quarter turn clockwise. That'll turn the water off to the cooler. And if we had an emergency where water was flowing out somewhere, that would turn the water off. So in this situation, I'm going to take the drip tray off on the Everest, push straight down on that panel. That opens that up. That exposes our filter and filter head. And this is your new filter flush attachment. It should look exactly like this when you get it already assembled. And to install this, you're going to want a bucket, roll of paper towels, just so you can keep everything dry. You might have a little bit of water come out. A pair of cutters or scissors. And that should be all you need, unless you're changing the filter. In that case, you'd want to have your new filter on standby. But to do this, you want to take your bucket, pull it over here, bring this over, and locate on your filter head the arrow. And I'm not sure you can see it in this video, but there is an arrow here pointing from left to right. That points to where the water is coming out of the filter head. All right, so this is the tube we're going to be working with. And to turn the water off to this tube, all we have to do is take the filter out, because there is a check valve inside this filter head that turns the water off when the filter is removed. We're going to take our cutters. We're going to come over here about that far. I would call that about 4 inches. Make a straight cut across that tube, not sideways or crooked, straight across as much as you can. And we're just going to cut that, just like that. We're going to squeeze this tube, just make it round again as possible on both of these. Makes things a little easier. And once you've done that, we're going to take our filter flush attachment and take this tube and push it in one side, push it in nice and firm and hard and tight, twist it back and forth, and give it a tug to make sure it won't come apart. Take the other side that you created when you cut your tube, push it in over here, push it in nice and firm again, twist it back and forth, give it a tug, make sure it won't come back out. Now, make sure your valve is in the off position like this one is, with the handle sideways. This is open, and that's closed. So with that closed, we're going to put either our new filter in. If you're changing the filter, we're going to pretend this is a new filter, even though it's not. And you'll see it has 2 notches on one side, 1 on the other. Line those up with the corresponding tips up inside the filter head. Push it all the way up and in. Twist to the right. Now the water's back on. We can move our bucket over to the side a little bit. Get our tube inside here. Snap our filter back into place. Now you've changed your filter. And in the past, when you've changed your filter, you probably had either disconnected this tube and turned the water on to flush your new filter. Or worse yet, you may have turned the water back on and then drained water from the faucet on the cooler, 2 to 3 gallons into a bucket to get rid of any filter dust from the new filter. But now that you have this installed, this is all you're going to need to do. You're going to point that over a bucket and open it up. Water will come pouring out, and you'll notice that the first bit of water that comes out will be dark and gray. That's your filter dust from that new filter. And you just let that run for really probably within 30 to 45 seconds or so, maybe a minute at the most. You're going to notice that that water is running nice and clear, like this water is. Then you just turn that a quarter turn back to the right. That turns the water off. Shake it off, you're done. And then you're going to put this, locate this back inside your cooler. Just like that. And then you won't need to get that again until next time you change the filter. And in this case, you're going to put your front cover back on. Line that up, goes right into place. Take your drip tray, put it back on. And if you were changing the filter, you have now changed the filter and installed your new filter flush attachment, which will make filter changes so much easier in the future, and you will never have black specks in your water again. Thanks for watching. Good luck. We know you can do this.